What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to episode 2 of reviewing every WWF, WWE pay-per-view premium live event in chronological order. Number 2 is 1985's The Wrestling Classic. So the Wrestling Classic took place on November the 7th, 1985 at the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois in the US. It was the promotion's second ever pay-per-view. The main event of the card was Hulk Hogan defending his WWF Heavyweight Championship against Rowdy Roddy Piper, with the remainder of the card consisting of a 16-man elimination tournament. So on to the event, which was presented by Vince McMahon, Lord Alfred Hayes and Susan Watkus, with commentary team of the legendary Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura, Mean Gene Okerlund on interview duties, Howard Finkel the ring announcer, and Jack Tunney making his standard appearance as the WWF president. As I mentioned, the pay-per-view included a 16-man tournament dubbed the Wrestling Classic. In the first round of the tournament, Adrian Adonis, accompanied by Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart, defeated Corporal Kirshner with a DDT. One half of the British Bulldogs tag team, Dynamite Kid, faced Nikolai Volkov. Dynamite Kid attacked Volkov, who had just finished his customary singing of the Soviet national anthem with a missile dropkick from the top turnbuckle, and then quickly scored the pinfall in a match that lasted about 6 seconds. The official time given was 9 seconds, equaling the record of King Kong Bundy had set at WrestleMania 1. Next up was the Macho Man Randy Savage, along with Miss Elizabeth. He defeated the Polish power Ivan Putski, though Savage had both his feet on the ropes for leverage. Savage was kind of a heel come face at the time, bit of an in-betweener. Next up, Ricky Steamboat faced the other half of the British Bulldogs tag team, Davey Boy Smith, in a rare match that pitted two fan favourites against one another. The match moved back and forth until Davey Boy landed on the ropes trying to attack Steamboat, but Steamboat sidestepped and Smith injured his groin and was unable to continue, so the Dragon was awarded the match by forfeit. Fourth match had the Junkyard Dog face the Iron Sheik. The match began with the Sheik choking out JYD with his jacket. He applied a camel clutch on JYD before releasing the hold. JYD quickly hit a headbutt on Sheik and pinned him to win the match. Next up, Moondog Spot and Terry Funk. It appeared that neither of them wanted to wrestle, so at Funk's suggestion, they both left the ring. As Spot started to leave, Funk attacked him from behind and tried to re-enter the ring for a count-out win, but Spot prevented him from entering the ring and himself won the match by count-out after Funk backdropped him into the ring before the 10. Next up, Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, who had won the belt from Greg Valentine after WrestleMania 1, faced the magnificent Don Morocco, who was accompanied by his manager Mr. Fuji. Morocco appeared to have pinned Santana, but as his feet were in the ropes, the match continued and Tito rolled up the surprised Morocco with a quick small package, scoring the pinfall. Santana suffered a groin injury, common theme in this event, that would hamper him later in the tournament. The final match of the first round pitted Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff against Randy Orton's father, Bob Orton. Orton was disqualified after he hit Orndorff with his cast. Moving swiftly on into the quarterfinals, Adrian Adonis facing Dynamite Kid. During the match, Adonis accidentally collided with his manager Jimmy Hart. Dynamite took advantage and pinned Adonis to win the match. Next up was Ricky Steamboat facing off against Macho Man Randy Savage in a precursor for the WrestleMania 3 Classic that would come in a couple of years' time. The referee was distracted by Miss Elizabeth as Savage took advantage and pulled out some brass knuckles from his tights and hit Steamboat before pinning him to win the match. JYD then defeated Moondog Spot with a headbutt. Strangely, there was no referee for this match and JYD counted the 3 count himself. Commentators Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura then announced that a judge was at ringside and that Junkyard Dog's count was legal. Very, very odd. Tito and Mr. Wonderful fought to a double count out, eliminating both wrestlers from the tournament in the process and allowing JYD to advance to the final. This led to Bobby Heenan's $50,000 storyline bounty on Paul Orndorff not being collected. The main event match was next, which was not part of the tournament, as Hulk Hogan defended his WWF World Heavyweight Championship against Rowdy Roddy Piper. Hogan applied a bear hug on Piper and Piper responded with a sleeper hold. The referee was knocked out and Piper hit Hogan with a steel chair. Hogan then applied a sleeper hold of his own before Bob Orton came out and hit Hogan with his arm cast. The referee saw this and disqualified Piper, and then Piper and Orton continued to assault Hogan until Paul Orndorff came out and cleared the ring. The only semi-final match between Macho Man Randy Savage and the Dynamite Kid was next. Dynamite Kid suplexed Savage off the top rope, but Savage countered it into an inside cradle for the victory. As part of the show, a fan competition was held. One of over 250,000 fans won a Rolls Royce. This segment was cut from the Coliseum home video release. However, it was restored when the show aired on the WWF Classic On Demand, WWE's archival video on demand service, as well as on the WWE Network. In the final of the tournament, the Junkyard Dog wrestled Randy Savage. JYD hit a back body drop on Savage off the top rope, who landed on the arena floor. Savage was unable to get into the ring and was counted out. As a result, JYD won the match and the tournament. Now, this again, like WrestleMania 1, was essentially just a glorified house show. Looking back on it now, after watching today's technical wrestling and the high flies, etc., this was just a load of nonsense. Would I go back and watch it? Absolutely not. Do I recommend it? Nope. Avoid.